It folds to me in middle position. I look down at 9-8 of hearts, strong playability rather than absolute strength. So I raise it up to, I believe, 13,000. It folds to Ren's on the button. We just got moved to the table and I wasn't quite aware of who he was at the time. He makes it 31k. Now, I kind of straight away don't believe him, and in a lot of spots like that I'm going to 4-bet in order to get him off his hand, but 8-9 hearts is too valuable a hand to waste, so I just elect a flat call. The flop comes king, king, 8, 2 diamonds is a favourable flop from my hand. I check, he bets 23k, which is, I think, into a pot of like 70k, so it's smaller than his 3-bet. It's very kind of popular on these kind of drier boards, even though there's a flush draw. There's not any straight draws or anything like that. At this point, I can definitely still have the best hand, and I mean, it's a pretty favourable flop for my hand, so I check call. Well, the turn's the Queen of Diamonds. It's not a terrible card for my range, it's not great, but it's not that good for his either. I check, and he bets 68,000 this time, which is obviously a significant kind of bump up in the bet sizing. At this point, I'm still not entirely sure if he has a value hand or if he's bluffing yet, but my hand is too vulnerable if he's bluffing, and I want to be able to keep my options open on the river in order to, if it turns out he does have a value hand, that I can then rep a stronger hand. So I raised to 169,000. And he calls fairly quickly. My plan on the turn was to basically bomb blank rivers and just check fold diamonds. At this point, I was pretty sure he had a king, but I didn't think he was too happy with his hand. Well, the 5 of hearts peels on the river. That's a great card for me to continue my bluff, because a lot of the hands he's going to bet and then call or raise with are going to have a diamond of some sort. I bet 326,000. I leave myself like 70,000 behind or something really small behind. I have to bet big on this river because when he calls the turn, he almost always has a king. So I bomb the river, and I'm just repping such a strong range that if he has like king 10, king 6 suited or something, he's more than likely going to have to find the fold. There are times he's just going to have like king queen and shove, and I'm going to look like an idiot. After I bombed the river, he banked for like 3 minutes or so.
Nice answer.
He told me afterwards he had ace king with the ace of diamonds, which is a huge fold. If that's what he had, it's a very tough spot for him, and I did not fault the fold at all.